The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, chapter number 7, text number 29, given by His Grace, Sriman Sankarshan Das Adhikari, recorded on September 17th, 2008, in Sofia, Bulgaria.
So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, which is called The Status Quo, chapter number 29, Further Inquiries by Vidura, chapter number 7, Further Inquiries by Vidura, text number 29. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Varnashrama vibhagangscha Rupashila svabhavata Rishinang janma karmani Vedasya cha vikarshanam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. O great sage, kindly describe the divisions and orders of human society in terms of symptoms, behavior, and characteristics of mental equilibrium and sense control. Also, please describe the births of the great sages and the categorical divisions of the Vedas. Purport. The four statuses and orders of human society, Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras, as well as Brahmacharis, Grihastas, Vanaprasthas, and Sannyasis, are all divisions of quality, education, culture, and spiritual advancement, attained by practicing control of the mind and the senses. All these divisions are based on the particular nature of each individual person, not on the principle of birth. Birth is not mentioned in this verse because birth is immaterial. Vidura is famous in history as born of a Shudrani mother. Yet he is more than a Brahmin by qualification because he is seen here to be the disciple of a great sage, Maitreya Muni. Unless one achieves at least the Brahminical qualifications, one cannot understand the Vedic hymns. Mahabharata is also a division of the Vedas, but it is meant for women, Shudras, and Vijabandhus, the worthless children of the higher section. The less intelligent section of society can avail themselves of the Vedic instructions simply by studying the Mahabharata. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jata Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha. So, Prabhupada's making the point very clear that one's spiritual advancement does not depend upon birth.
Че духовният напредък на човека не зависи от неговото раждане.
If we try to base it on one's birth, then it is not spiritual.
Ако се опитаме да го базираме на неговото раждане, то това не е духовно.
It is material.
А материално.
And also in the same vein, one cannot say that I cannot make spiritual advancement because of my birth.
По същия начин човек не може да каже, че аз не мога да направя духовен напредък поради моето раждане.
Because I have this nature, because I have that nature, therefore I cannot advance spiritually.
Защото аз имам такава и такава природа и не мога да напредвам духовно.
Sometimes we hear devotees say, well, I have a certain nature, therefore it's difficult for me to advance.
Понякога чуваме правилно да ни казват, че аз имам определена природа, затова ми е трудно да напредвам.
That means they're trying to blame their own lack of advancement on their birth.
Това означава, че те се опитват да обвинят липсата на напредък на своето раждане.
But that is again, that conception is wrong.
Но тази концепция е неправилна.
You cannot blame your spiritual position on birth, or nor can you claim it by basis of your birth.
Не може да прехвърлите вината за липсата си напредък върху своето раждане.
The example given here is Vidura. He is considered very, very high class.
Тук примера с Видура е много показателен.
Not because of his birth, he was born of Shudrani.
Защото въпреки, че Шудрани, той не е смятан за такъв, въпреки, че е роден от Шудрани.
So what is the practical lesson for us then, each one of us? What is the practical lesson to be derived from this?
Какъв е практически урок за нас от това?
You have to make the endeavor to advance in Krishna consciousness. That's the point.
Трябва да правите усилия да направите Кришна съзнание. Това е.
Krishna is an equal opportunity employer.
Кришна е работодател, който дава равни възможности.
He doesn't say, well, you're from this background or that background, therefore you're no good, I don't want you.
Той не казва ми, ти поради това, че имаш такова и такова образование.
You know, we only want this kind of people in our Krishna consciousness movement. It's like in South Africa they used to say, if you're white, you're all right. And if you're brown, that refers to the Indians. If you're brown, all right, stick around. And if you're black, get back. That was their saying in South Africa. So Krishna is not like that. He doesn't judge you. Well, you're white, or you're male, or you're female, or you're this or that. Simply, do you want to be his devotee or not? That's all. The only qualification to make spiritual advancement is the desire to be the devotee of Krishna. That's it. Nothing else. Doesn't matter if you come from a very pious background.
Без значение дали имате много издигнат происход
a very sinful background,
или много греховен происход.
or if you're a highly educated and learned scholar,
Дали сте високо образован учен
or you're an illiterate fool.
или сте необразован глупак.
Doesn't matter if you're a little tiny child,
Без значение дали сте малко дете
or you're some, deteriorating senior citizen.
или сте застаряващ гражданин.
Whatever you may be,
Какъвто и да сте.
come to Krishna,
Елате при Кришна.
because you're not the body.
Защото вие не сте тялото.
The body is just a covering.
Тялото е само една покривка.
Do you think that body is you?
Мислите ли, че тялото това сте вие?
Do you think you're male?
Мислите ли, че сте мъж?
Do you think you're female?
Или че сте жена?
Think again,
Помислете отново.
because that's not you.
Защото това не сте вие.
It's just a covering, that's all.
Това е само покривалото.
So why be so worried about the covering?
Защо да се тревожиме за покривалото?
It comes and it goes, you see.
Той идва и си отива.
Just like yesterday, I flew from America and they broke my lock.
Вчера аз пътувах от Америка и те...
My lock was very bent, so I tried to straighten it out and it just snapped. It fell apart.
Щупиха катина.
So am I to think, my lock is broken, now my life is finished?
И аз не си помислих, моя багаж се щупи.
No, just get in.
Се щупи и сега е край в моя живот.
Just get a new lock, and I have one of you go to the store today and get me a new lock. That's all.
Аз просто отидох до магазина и си взех нова.
So the body is also like that.
Тялото е също така.
What's the big deal if your body goes bad and you have to throw it away,
Какъв е проблема, ако тялото ви се развали?
It's getting called death. Death means you throw away your body, you see. You trash your body.
Смъртта означава, че ви просто изоставяте своето тяло.
So what's the big deal if I die, Just trash the body, get a new one.
Така че какъв е проблемът, ако трябва да умреш, просто изоставаш тялото и получаваш ново.
It's nothing more. It's like breaking your lock on your luggage. That's it.
Това е като да си щупиш катина на своя багаж.
So the devotee is not disturbed, even if his body dies. They tell you, you have terminal cancer, Prabhu.
Така че един брат не е толкова безпокоен, дори ако трябва да умре.
We give you 3 months to live. You have terminal cancer.
Ти имаш рак, ти остават 3 месеца.
So does the devotee get all disturbed? Oh no, I'm going to die.
Обаче праводанието не се обезпокоява, аз ще умра.
No, he thinks, great.
Той си мисля, чудесно.
I always wanted to get serious about Krishna consciousness.
Сега вече ще стана сериозен Кришна.
Now I'm finally getting a chance to get a little sober.
Сега имам малко шанс да стана по-трезво мислещ.
3-month marathon. Hearing and chanting marathon for 3 months.
Маратон за мантруване.
You see. So devotee, you see, he's transcendental to all of these things, these interactions with the material modes of nature.
Един преданен е трансцендентален към всички дейности на външната материална природа.
No matter what may happen in this material world, he uses that to help him advance in Krishna consciousness.
Без значение какво случва в материалния живот, той го използва, за да му помогне да напредва в Кришна съзнание.
As I have previously described to you all, a intelligent businessman, he always moves his business forward.
Както преди ви обясних, интелигентният бизнесмен винаги развива своя бизнес.
When the prices are down, what does he do?
Когато цените падат, какво прави той?
He buys. Yes.
Той купува.
And when the prices go up, what does he do?
А когато цените се покачват,
He sells. That's right.
той продава.
So it doesn't matter. The market can be up, the market can be down,
Без значение
but his business is always going up.
дали пазара е нагоре или надолу, бизнесът му винаги е нагоре.
I've never been a sailor, but I did some research.
Никога не съм бил продавач, начин.
When they sail the boat on the water,
Никога не съм бил моряк, но направих.
it doesn't matter which way the wind is blowing. The wind can be coming like this, you see. They can use that wind to go this way, or they can sail into the wind also. It's amazing, but they can actually sail into the wind. They use the wind to sail into the wind.
Когато лодките във водата, мореплавателите могат да използват един и същ вятър, за да плават в различни посоки, дори също вятър.
So a devotee, he can take any situation, material situation.
Така преданание може да използва всяко положение в материалния свят.
He can be healthy, he can be sick.
Може да бъде здрав или болен.
He can be wealthy, he can be pure.
Може да бъде богат или беден.
He can be male, he can be female.
Може да бъде мъж или жена.
He can use any situation
Може да използва всяка ситуация.
to advance himself in Krishna consciousness.
И да напредва в Кришна съзнание.
That is called transcendental.
Това се нарича трансцендентално.
And you know what?
Знаете ли какво?
If you can be like that,
Ако можете да бъдете така,
you'll never be disturbed by anything.
няма да бъдете обезпокоени от нищо.
You'll automatically be fixed in these principles, you see.
Автоматично ще бъдете фиксирани в...
You won't deviate from Dharma.
Няма да се отклонявате от...
You will not deviate from your vows.
Няма да се отклонявате своите обети.
Why? Because you're getting a higher taste.
Защо? Защото получавате повече вкус.
You're getting so much juice from bhakti.
Получавате толкова много сок от бхакти.
She will say, what is the use of Maya?
И тогава ще кажете какъв е смисъл от Мая.
So much juice, what is the use?
Толкова много сок, какъв е смисъл?
Who cares for Maya? You see?
Кой го грижи за Мая?
A beautiful prostitute can come and offer her body to me, you see.
Дори...
When you just say, chant Hare Krishna,
Дори да дойде красива проститутка, вие може да кажете мантрува и Харе Кришна.
the devotee has no need to come down to the animal platform.
Един правилен не е необходимо за него да се снизява до...
Because there's so much pleasure in Krishna consciousness.
Защото получава толкова много удоволствие от Кришна съзнание.
There's unlimited oceans of pleasure in Krishna consciousness.
Има неограничен океан от удоволствие в Кришна съзнание.
Why should I come down to the platform of being a dog
Защо да се снижава на платформата да бъде куче?
when I can fly high in the spiritual sky?
Когато мога да летя високо в духовното небе.
You understand?
Разбирате?
Who wants to come in for a landing when you can fly high in the spiritual sky?
Кой иска да се приземява, когато може да лети високо в духовното небе?
So one simply has to follow the rules and regulations very nicely.
Така че човек просто трябва да следва правилата и предписанията.
Chant your 16 round every day without fail.
Мантрувайте 16 кръга всеки ден без провал.
And strictly follow the regulated principles.
И стига правите регулиращите принципи.
No illicit sex,
Без непозволен секс.
no hamburgers,
Без хамбургери.
no liquor,
Без алкохол.
and no gambling.
Без хазарт.
Strictly follow.
Стига това.
You know, Prabhupada also said gambling includes sports also.
Прабхупада казва, че
He said this ball, that ball.
хазарта включва спортове.
Many devotees now play sports. I even hear the GBCs are playing sports.
Много преодавани практикуват спортна инструкции, дори GBC.
But Prabhupada told us in Los Angeles, this ball and that ball is part of it's breaking the fourth principle.
Но Прабхупада каза, че това това нарушава четвъртия принцип.
Do you all play the ball games here? Sports?
Играете ли спортове?
Actually, you do? Huh? Yeah. Which one do you play?
Sometimes I play little basketball with my brother.
basketball with your karmi brother to encourage him to associate with you or something? Yeah. Do you organize sports here amongst the devotees? No.
At least now.
Huh?
Before, in the past, yes.
Used to.
Now devotees, they are too lazy.
Too lazy. They just rather sleep and eat. Well, some argue it's better they play sports and go to the movies, the karmi movies. That's one argument I hear. At least they get together and associate without, it's, that's the argument that I've heard, On the internet, we have a conference called the Prabhupada Disciples where we can discuss different issues. And I brought up this issue about sports to see what my godbrothers and godsisters had to say about this. And I heard all kinds of interesting arguments. The argument is, well, it's better than going to see the karmi movies, But my counter argument is this: well, it's better to drink alcohol than it is to shoot heroin. That's my counter argument. So, but the real thing is this: especially male devotees have a sporting propensity. It's a certain nature, like a passionate, competitive. Men have that masculine, competitive, Of course, we all have it, and women have it too, but especially men. So why don't we use that for Lord Chaitanya? Instead of playing sports, why don't we go out on Sankirtan? Distributing books or chanting the holy names. If we have the time to organize ball games, why don't we go out and spend the same time and go out and chant and dance on the streets or distribute books? In America, we used to be seen every day in every major city throughout the whole country on the streets, singing and dancing the whole day. And now people say, oh, Hare Krishna, what happened to you? We used to see you on the streets. It was so nice. We miss you. Where are you? And if the Lord says, well, we don't sing and dance. Now we play basketball. You see, we don't sing and dance in the streets. We have basketball games. So. You think Prabhupada would be very pleased? You think Krishna would be very pleased? Oh, they're having basketball games, volleyball. No, if you want to get out and do some sporting activities, sing and dance in the streets. Have a book distribution marathon, you see. Who can distribute more books? You see. Compete for book distribution. Instead of throwing the ball through the hoop. You see. This is my suggestion. Because Prabhupada said it's breaking the principle. So instead of doing something that Prabhupada said is breaking the principles, why don't we do that which Prabhupada said pleases him the most, distributing books? One of my disciples, Bhaktivinoda Das, he works a job. He's in the computer industry. He has a full-time job in the computer industry. And when he gets off work, what does he do? He takes books and he hits the street.
Той взима книги и отива
And he approaches the people and he distributes books.
и разпространява книги.
And he loves it. He's intoxicated by book distribution.
И той е много въодушевен от книгоразпространението.
He tastes the sweetest nectar distributing books.
Той вкусва най-сладкия нектар, разпространявайки книги.
And he wrote me a letter and said, well, is it better to go to the Sunday feast or to go on book distribution?
И той ми писа писмо, кое е по-добре да отида на неделния фист или да разпространява книги.
He was tasting so much nectar from book distribution, saying, this is better than going to the Sunday feast at the temple.
Той толкова много нектар получава от книгоразпространението, че казва, че е по-добре за него да...
But I told him, you should invite everyone that you meet, everyone you distribute a book to, you invite them to the Sunday feast and tell them that you'll be there to personally instruct them, and then you should also attend the Sunday feast.
Но Гурудев му е отговорил, че всеки, който го срещне на улицата, разпространява книги, да го покани на неделния фист и да каже, че той лично също ще присъства там.
So, the point is, if we make a little endeavor to absorb ourselves nicely in doing what Prabhupada wants us to do, we will become super enlivened in Krishna consciousness. You have to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Stretch yourself out of your present comfort zone. Do something more to please Krishna. Do something more to please Srila Prabhupada. And you'll be amazed by the results. So we have a few minutes left for questions. I can try to answer questions. Tulsi Prabhu.
I have two questions. First one is about the sports. I heard that Srila Prabhupada, he authorized some sports like swimming and wrestling between the devotees.
I've heard that. I've never seen where Prabhupada actually said that. That's also, this issue was also raised in the discussion. One devotee said that Prabhupada said, I said, where did Prabhupada say that? And he didn't know, but there was one case where Prabhupada came to San Diego, which is right, the temple is just right by the ocean, and Prabhupada said, are the devotees swimming regularly? And they said, no, Srila Prabhupada. They're too absorbed in preaching, and Prabhupada was very pleased. So, we did hear, that has been said many times, but where did Prabhupada actually say that? I don't know. And did he organize wrestling events? Did Prabhupada personally organize and encourage them to actually, now let's have wrestling today, and I will watch? You see? Or let's have a swimming competition today and I will come and watch. Did he actually organize such events? He organized the other thing. So, if devotees want to, I see nothing wrong if devotees go to take bath and they swim around a little bit in the water. Nothing wrong. Or if devotees exercise, they do some sort of things for exercise. But to spend energy organizing ball games when we could be out singing and dancing in the streets doesn't make sense to me.
Няма нищо лошо в това да се практикува малко спорт за поддържане на тялото, но да се организират такива спортни мероприятия, вместо да се използва времето за санкиртан, това не е...
Especially when you have Rupa Manohar. You have Rupa Manohar here. He leads the most nice Harinam Kirtan. I mean, in Sofia, you have the king of the Kirtan king, practically, Rupa Manohar. He can inspire people to sing and dance for hours by his sweet singing. You should engage him a lot in leading kirtans here. When I joined the movement, Sankirtan meant singing and dancing on the streets. Book distribution hadn't started yet. Prabhupada wrote me in my initiation, he said, go for street Sankirtan every day. That was Prabhupada's order, go out singing and dancing on the streets every day. How many days a week do you do singing and dancing on the streets here in Sofia? 1 or 2 days a week? That's something.
With 1 or 2 devotees.
1
or 2 times in the week.
That's something good.
Only few devotees.
Only a few.
3, 4, 5.
3. That's something. It's a good start. So maintain that nicely and try to gradually increase that. Get more and more devotees engaged, you see. You should come in from the villages for singing and dancing with the devotees. You're very ecstatic in the kirtan. So you should come in from the village for singing and dancing.
Може в селата да проповядваш, да танцуваш и казвам, че може да идва от селото.
Any other questions? You had 2.
Yeah, my other question was, we are saying that the mercy is for everyone. Sometimes it's look like that in the course of preaching we have to make some discrimination, because like let's say on the Sunday programs, if comes people who are really from the very low modes, then it's look like that some of the more intelligent people they don't want to be part of this company, so they go out. So, is it that we have to discriminate while we are preaching and first try to cultivate some more intelligent people, and then we can try to gradually take over everyone?
Well, Prabhupada, there's a saying, first class and then mass. It's very important that we first primarily cultivate the high class people, because that's how we can get the mass of people. We want to get both. But if you get the high class people, then you get them solidly situated. Then through them you can get the mass of people. It's very important to get the high class people. Very important. We don't want to neglect the mass, but the class are more important than the mass.
And what is how much attention we have to give to high class people, and how much attention to young people?
Well, you have a number of preachers here. You can departmentalize it. Have certain people preaching to the youth. You should organize the preaching in such a way that everybody's being cultivated. You have some devotees preaching to the high class people, some to the mass of people, and some to the youth, some to this group. You should arrange your preachers in such a way that everybody's getting cultivated. That's the best thing.
Трябва така да организирате проповядването, че всички да бъдат включени, както интелигентните, така и масите. Да има проповедник, който да проповядва на интелигентните, да има проповедник, който да проповядва и на масите.
And sometimes you may be surprised. That person that you thought was low class turns out to be high class.
И понякога ще се удивите, че някой, който сте мислили за
That happened in the Boston temple. There was one spaced out hippie that was, I forget what his name was, but they thought, well, he shouldn't even be here, But they somehow they let him in, and he would like sleep in the stairway. I mean, he acted in very strange ways,
В Бостън имало един хипи, за който са мислили, че той дори не трябва да бъде в храма.
But then years later, you heard that devotee who translated all the books, Kusha Krata Prabhu, translated all the books. He was, in the beginning, they thought he was some weird, spaced out hippie. We shouldn't even let him in the temple. He became a great Sanskrit scholar, translating so many books. So you never know, that person you think is too low class, he may be. That happened also with me. There was some in Houston Temple, one hippie couple, they showed up at the Sunday program, dirty hippies, smelly, dirty hippies. And the devotees thought, well, they're not worth, they shouldn't. The devotees didn't, but I took an interest. Let me be kind to these people. And they became very big book distributors in our zone there in Texas. Mother Indranila Mani, she became a huge book distributor, famous book distributor. So you never know. We try to be kind to everyone, you see. That person you think is low class, they may turn out to be the highest class person. Okay, you had one last question. Is it short? One last. Okay.
Сега изведнъж казва, да, значи не трябва да тренирам. А той го пращам там, за да се получи някакво възпитание. Защото има спортове, които възпитават децата. Какво мисли Гурудев по това въпрос?
It is personally about Vipassida. He is training Aikido, and Narada Muni Prabhu has sent him there to educate him, to give him some discipline. And there are some sports that give some good training, good education. Yes.
Discipline.
Yes. What do you think?
What's the point? This is for Kripa Siddha you're talking about?
Yes.
He's
training
He's
Aikido.
practicing Aikido now. So Narada Muni is asking, what do you think about this? Is it good for him?
To do what?
Aikido.
This is kind of martial arts.
Martial arts?
Aikido.
Yeah, martial arts are okay. And, I can always use a good bodyguard.
Може да го използва за бодигард.
Да пазиш муртите.
Okay then, we'll stop here. Kantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.